Welcome to Station 4. We're going to be doing the distributive property for this station. So for the first one, we have 5 on the outside of a parenthesis of x minus 4. So you're going to distribute the 5 to everything inside the parentheses. So I do 5 times x, and 5 times x is just 5x. And then 5 times 4 is 20. Since there's a minus inside of the parentheses, I put a minus between those two. And that is your final answer. The next one, we're going to distribute the 2x to all the things inside the parentheses. So 2x times 3x. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then x times x. Since there's 2 x's, you have to put x squared. And then you do 2x times 2. 2x times 2 is 4x. There's plus sign, so put a plus sign in between. Now for the next two, you have to use FOIL, which you might have remembered from Algebra 1. What that is your teacher probably told you the first, the outside, the inside, the last, FOIL. Or maybe your Algebra 1 teacher taught you the box method. So that's what I'm going to use most of the time. So that's what I'm going to show you. So you make yourself a 2x2 box. You put the first parenthesis up top, so x minus 4. And you put the next parenthesis down the side, so x plus 3. Then you multiply together the corresponding rows and columns. So that first box right here, you multiply together the corresponding row, so x and x. So x times x is x squared. In the second box to the right, you're going to be multiplying negative 4 times x, so negative 4x. This next box down bottom, you're doing 3 times x, so 3x. And the last box here, I'm doing 3 times negative 4, so negative 12. Remember, you're always multiplying to get what's inside the box. Then after you do that, usually you can add the diagonal right here. Those should be like terms. So I add 3x and negative 4x. So 3 and negative 4x is negative 1x, or I'm just going to put negative x. And then I take the first box, which is x squared, and I put it up front. And the last box is minus 12, so I put it up back. And that is your final answer. Alright, we're going to do the box method again for this last one. So I put 2x plus 3 and x plus 4. So in the first box, 2x times x is 2x squared. The next box, 3 times x is 3x. The next box, 4 times 2x is 8x. And the last box, 4 times 3 is 12. So like I said before, you can usually add the diagonal. 8x times 3x is, 8x plus 3x is 11x. And then I keep the 2x squared out front. And I keep the 12 out back. And that is your final answer for this one. So I want you to pause the video, and I want you to do these next 4 problems that are on your paper. When you're done, replay the video and check your answers. Alright, hopefully you've done your 4 problems. So the first one, I multiply 7 times x, that's 7x. I multiply 7 times 2, and that is 14. That's your final answer for that one. For the next one, I do 3x times 3x, which is 9x squared. Then I do 3x times 5, which is minus 15x. That's your final answer for this one. For the next 2, we have to use the box method. I put x minus 2 up front, x plus 5 down the side. First box gives you x squared, then negative 2x, then 5x. Then you multiply the 5 and the negative 2 together and you get negative 10. I am now going to add the diagonal, so 5x minus 2x is 3x. I put the first box out front, and the minus 10 out back, and that is your final answer. Last one. I have 3x minus 4 going up top, x plus 1 down the side. So 3x times x is 3x squared in the first box. The next box, we have negative 4 and x. Make sure you don't forget that minus sign. 3x times 1 is 3x. And the last one, negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So again, keep in mind you're multiplying to get what's inside of the box, and then you add when you take it outside the box. So now I'm going to add 3x and negative 4x is minus 1x, or just minus x. I keep the 3x squared out front, and I keep the minus 4 out back, and that is my final answer.